eloquence. It's not about compassion. It's simply force. That's what government is. And so now it's gotten to the point where it's not good enough for them to have 9 out of 10 people vaccinated. They're going to force you if you don't want to submit to that kind of medical tyranny. Let's go. Yes, go ahead. You want to make another comment? Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Well, yeah, just really as far as people who are informed and are learning and educating themselves, I guess it's just an on-call. You know, it's like you can't say, yeah, I heard about this and swear it's true. You have to hear about it and then educate yourself too. And so, you know, you guys do a great job there as far as like having the links there for us to read. But guess what? We have to read them. You know, we can't just say we heard it on the show, because what good is that? You have to read it for yourself.
Yeah, you have to know what you believe. And one of the things they found in California was when they required people who said, well, I'm not really comfortable with vaccines, when they required them to come in and have quote-unquote counseling, where somebody in authority would sit down and very sternly tell them, you understand that we know what's best for you, we've looked at this, and so forth and so on. They found that in most cases, the people would submit to that kind of authoritarian pressure because they weren't sure of why they were uncomfortable with it. So yeah, fundamentally, you have to understand what's going on, and don't find yourself in the kind of regret that so many people in the panic of the swine flu vaccinations in 1976, when they were lied to, when that was hyped by the CDC, by the government, there were a lot of people who wound up with regrets. And there's a lot of people who have regrets that they had vaccines as well. Thank you, Mike. Let's go to Nathan in Louisiana. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have something else you want to say, Mike? Okay, let's go to Nathan in Louisiana. Nathan?
Yes, sir. I wanted to know, Paul, if you heard about and read the articles about the 2012 and 2014 court rulings in Italy, where the judges and the courts found that the vaccines with aluminum and thimerosal both have caused autism. You know, it's basically been a media blackout in the United States, but, you know, they've had these basically monumental rulings in Italy.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. I mean, Ron Paul put out a good article today, which is on InfoWars. He points to the 2007 HPV vaccine, which again amidst this national debate about enforcing mandatory vaccines against people's will at gunpoint, which is the logical conclusion of their argument. Look back to 2007 when Rick Perry signed this order to mandate the HPV vaccine when most young girls were not even at risk of HPV. There was a massive outcry, and that was subsequently rescinded. So this idea of making it mandatory in California, the history behind it is not good for the potential mandatory application of vaccines.
Of course, it wasn't just yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
It's not just in Italy. It's also in Japan. They quit using MMR vaccines. I don't know if they started back or not. This is an old article going back to about 2000. They said they stopped using the MMR vaccine in Japan because it was linked to outbreaks of non-viral meningitis and other damaging side effects. They found at the time that a quarter of the roughly 4,000 medical compensation claims relating to vaccine over a 30-year period had been made to people who had gotten the MMR vaccine. They were very concerned about it. The statistics that they had been given said that they were only going to have a problem in about 1 out of every 100,000 to 200,000, yet it was 2,000 times greater than that. It was about 1 in every 900 kids was experiencing problems from the MMR vaccine. One of the things that they did, which is one of the things that Dr. Andrew Wakefield suggested, was to separate these out, to do them one at a time instead of a collective vaccine. But then there's still the issues of what has been added as preservatives, what has been added as adjuvants. People are asking for clean vaccines, just like they're asking for clean food. But of course, they talk down to us and say, you don't understand what a vaccine's for. I understand the difference between a fast food French fry and a potato. And that's what this essentially boils down to. They're trying to tell us that we don't understand the science of vaccines. We perfectly do understand the science of vaccines. We're asking if they're going to have vaccines for them to be clean. But we're demanding that we have informed consent. Did you want to say anything else, Nathan?
Yes, sir. InfoWars is laying out a battle plan for people and showing people how to become citizen journalists. Last year, I founded my own website, thedailyresistance.com, And then I actually hooked up with another citizen journalist in New Orleans, David Abney from the NOLA Report, who y'all actually ran his story. He was the guy that interviewed John McCain about Benghazi at the Bill Cassidy rally, and y'all ran his story to become national news. Well, me and him now, because of InfoWars and because of citizen journalism, we now host a radio show on 8 o'clock on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans. It's called Battle of New Orleans. So
good for you.
Y'all check it out. So everybody, InfoWars is laying out a plan how to become citizen journalists. People want to understand and know what to do. Then put a notepad in your pocket and listen to the show and take notes on everything y'all say. And when y'all get home, look the links up. Write articles, write blogs, and we'll all make a difference if we get in the game and get on the front lines of the battlefield.
Absolutely. Battle for New Orleans. That's great. Yeah, you have to understand why you believe what you believe. Don't be intimidated. Don't be ignorant about what they're trying to do with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Paul Joseph Watson and your calls.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
We will not be forgotten. We won't be left behind. Our memories live on in mortal mind. And poets
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host today, and I have Paul Joseph Watson with us on the line from UK, and we're taking your calls, questions for Paul. Of course, in the next hour, we're going to be talking to Dr. John Dunn, a physician of 44 years, an attorney for 36 years. He's going to be joining us to talk about the medical and ethical questions behind the continued human testing being conducted by the EPA. So that's coming up in the next hour. Let's go to Chad in Washington. Chad, you had a question for Paul.
Yeah, quickly want to touch on two things. As far as that one guy talking about research and stuff, I think if people wanted to research a topic, an important one would be geoengineering, just so that when the media tries to come out with, the climate change and the carbon taxes, they'll at least be aware of what's being sprayed in the sky. But then the other thing, I just wanted to know what happened with that post that Joe Biggs put out last night, the big bomb going off in Ukraine. Wondered if anybody knew any more about that.
Good, Paul. You want to touch that?
Yeah. From what I read from the reports in the morning, it was a chemical factory that got bombed. So it was the Kiev government bombing the pro-Russian rebels, and it was actually a chemical factory that got bombed. So on the other subject, geoengineering, obviously we've had this huge global warming scandal that came out yesterday. They got caught adding 1 degree to all the ground surface temperature data. Again, huge scandal. But their solutions to solve global warming, a problem that doesn't exist. There's been no global warming for the past 18 years. And actually, they amended the 1930s data to make the 1930s look cooler, so the subsequent temperature increases looked more dramatic. But their solutions are things like, spraying the atmosphere with sulfur, which is linked with acid rain, immune deficiency, and a bunch of other horrors. So the proposals to solve a problem that doesn't exist, global warming, are worse than any speculation about climate change itself.
And of course, it's all just a beard for global control of, to basically fund a global government through global taxes, as well as to redistribute your income to people like Al Gore and his partner, Mr. Blood, Blood and Gore. Let's go to Gerald in California. Gerald, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Hey, Mr. Watson. Hey, Mr. Knight. I appreciate everything you guys do. I want to touch on three things, and pardon me if, I'm going backwards, but the State of the Union speech by, who we all know as the crook. Do you guys think the emphasis on the possible power grid failure is a way to pretty much stage a EMP attack on this country, as well as, the staged economic crisis that we're looking at?
Paul, do you want to comment, or you want me to?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's directly linked. I know the fact is that many wealthy elitists now in more and more numbers are escaping the United States. We had the economist at the Davos Economic Forum just over a week ago come out and say that people are buying property in New Zealand in remote locations. The realtors that they spoke to in New Zealand said that the elitists are citing, concerns about their own personal safety as a result for leaving the United States, and it's something that you hear over and over again. That the wealthier they're preparing an escape plan to leave the United States, which could be for a number of reasons, mainly economic. I'm not sure about the EMP angle, but definitely they've got that escape plan.
Well, certainly they're looking for ways to take over the internet, and that would be one of the justifications to protect the power grid. That is what they're going to move on. Regardless of what he said about education or taxes, it's really about NAFTA, not NAFTA, but the Transatlantic, Trans-Pacific Partnerships, and taking over control of the internet. That's where they're going to be moving. Thanks for joining us, Paul Joseph Watson. Stay with us in the next hour. We're going to be talking to Dr. John Dunn about medical ethics and human experimentation. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.